Do you feel nervous when you need to introduce yourself in English?
You're not alone. But here's the secret. When you know the right phrases and structure, introducing yourself becomes easy and natural. It's like having a key that opens the door to new friendships and opportunities.
Today, we'll help you master how to introduce yourself in English confidently. You'll learn what to say when you meet someone new, how to talk about yourself naturally, and simple phrases that make great first impressions. By the end, you'll feel ready to introduce yourself anywhere. Let's start.
Welcome to Daily Speaking English Podcast, where speaking English feels simple and fun. I'm Ben, and I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Hi, Ben. Hello, everyone. I'm Lena, and it's wonderful to have you all joining us. Ben, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, Lena. I slept really well last night, and I had my morning tea. I'm ready for our conversation. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I have my coffee right here, the sun is shining, and I'm so happy to talk about today's topic with you.
Me too. This is such an important topic for every English learner.
It really is. Are you ready to begin?
Absolutely. Let's get started.
Ben, I want to ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where you met someone new and you wanted to introduce yourself in English, but you didn't know what to say?
Oh, yes, Lena. I remember feeling so nervous. My heart was beating fast, and I was thinking, what should I say first? What if I make a mistake?
That's exactly how many learners feel. You know grammar, you know vocabulary, but when you actually meet someone, your mind goes blank.
It's so frustrating. You want to make a good impression, you want to sound friendly and natural, but you just freeze.
And then you end up just saying, "Hello, my name is," and nothing else. The conversation feels awkward and uncomfortable.
Yes, and then you think, I studied English for so long. Why can't I introduce myself properly? You feel disappointed in yourself.
That's the problem so many learners face. Introducing yourself is the first step when you meet someone new. It's your chance to make a good first impression.
But if you don't know the right phrases and structure, even this simple task feels scary and difficult.
You're absolutely right, Ben. So today, we're going to solve this problem. We'll teach you exactly what to say when you introduce yourself.
Yes, we'll give you a simple structure that works every time. Once you know it, you'll feel confident meeting anyone.
So, Ben, let me start with a basic question. When you meet someone new, what's the first thing you say?
Well, I smile and say hello.
Perfect. A smile and a friendly greeting are so important. But did you know there are different ways to say your name in English?
Really? I usually just say, I am Ben.
I am Ben is perfect. It's natural and friendly. You can also say, my name is Ben.
What's the difference between them?
I am Ben is casual and warm. You use it with friends or in relaxed situations. My name is Ben is a little more formal. You can use it in professional situations, like at work or in meetings.
Oh, I see. So at a party, I say, hi, I'm Ben. But in a job interview, I say, hello, my name is Ben.
Exactly. You understand perfectly. And sometimes people have a long, formal name, but they use a shorter nickname in daily life.
Like William and Will?
Yes. So you can say, my name is William, but please call me Will.
That's helpful. It makes the conversation feel more friendly and relaxed.
Exactly. Now, after you say your name, what comes next?
I think people usually want to know where you're from, right?
That's right. You can say, I am from, and then your country. For example, I am from Canada.
Can I also mention my city?
Absolutely. You can say, I am from Canada, from a city called Toronto. This gives more information and makes the conversation more interesting.
What if I'm from one place, but I live somewhere different now? Like I was born in Canada, but I live in London now.
Great question. You can say, I am from Canada, but I live in London now.
Oh, I like that. It tells a little story about me.
Exactly. And it makes the other person curious. They might ask, oh, how long have you lived in London? Or do you like London?
I see. It's not just giving information, it's starting a conversation.
You got it. Now, the third part of a good introduction is usually about what you do, your job or your studies.
So I can say, I am a teacher or I am a student.
Perfect. You can say, I am a teacher or I work as a teacher. Both are great.
What if someone is a student? Can they say, I am studying English?
Yes, that's perfect. I am a student or I am studying English at university. Both work really well.
What if someone doesn't have a job right now? What should they say?
That's okay. They can talk about what they're doing or what they're interested in. They can say, I am looking for a job in marketing, or I am taking care of my children.
That makes sense. It's about sharing something about your life, not just your job.
Exactly. And here's a really important tip, Ben. Don't just talk about work or studies. Add something personal that you love.
Like a hobby?
Yes. For example, you can say, I am a teacher and I love playing guitar in my free time.
Oh, I love that. It makes me sound more interesting and fun.
Exactly. If you only talk about work, it can sound boring. But if you say, I love cooking or I enjoy reading mystery novels, the other person can connect with you.
Like you in coffee, Lena. You can say, I am Lena and I really love coffee.
Yes, and people remember me because of that. It's a great way to be memorable.
So let me review. Name, where you're from, what you do, and something you love. That's a complete introduction.
Perfect summary. But we're missing one very important thing.
What is it?
After you talk about yourself, what should you do?
Should I wait for them to speak?
No, you should ask them about themselves. A conversation is like a tennis game. You hit the ball to them and they hit it back to you.
Oh, so I should ask, and you? Or how about you?
Exactly. You can say, and you, or how about you, or what about you, or even, what is your name?
Let me try. Hello, my name is Ben. I am from Australia. I work as a photographer, and I love hiking in the mountains. How about you?
That's absolutely perfect, Ben. You're a natural.
Thank you. But I have a question. Is introducing yourself different in different situations? Like at a party versus at a job interview?
Great question. Yes, the energy and style can be different. At a party, you can be very casual and relaxed.
So at a party, I can say, Hi, I'm Ben. I'm a friend of Sarah's.
Perfect. Mentioning how you know the host is a great way to start. You can say, I work with Tom, or I live next door to Maria. It gives you a connection.
A connection. That's a good word.
It is. Now let's talk about greetings at different times of day. Do you say the same thing in the morning and in the evening?
Well, I can always say hello, right?
You can, but using good morning, good afternoon, or good evening makes you sound more polite and natural.
So in the morning, I say, Good morning, I'm Ben. And in the evening, I say, Good evening, I'm Ben.
Exactly. But be careful with good night.
Why? Isn't that for the evening?
Good night is usually for when you're leaving or going to sleep. If you arrive at a dinner party at 8 in the evening, you should say good evening, not good night.
Oh, so good evening is like hello at night, and good night is like goodbye.
Exactly. You're learning so quickly.
This is really helpful. Lena, can we practice? Let's pretend we're at a coffee shop and we're meeting for the first time.
I love this idea. Okay, I'm sitting at a table with my coffee and you walk in.
Okay, here I go. Hello. Excuse me, is this seat free?
Yes, it is. Please sit down.
Thank you. I'm Ben, by the way. I'm waiting for my tea.
Nice to meet you, Ben. I'm Lena. Are you from around here?
Actually, no. I'm from Australia, but I'm visiting a friend in this city. How about you? Do you live here?
Yes, I do. I live just 5 minutes away. I come to this coffee shop every day.
That's wonderful. What do you do, Lena?
I'm a podcast host. I love talking to people and learning their stories. And you?
I'm a photographer, and in my free time, I love hiking in the mountains and taking nature photos.
That sounds amazing. It was really nice to meet you, Ben.
It was nice to meet you too, Lena.
End of scene. That was excellent, Ben. You used all the tips we talked about.
It felt so natural. I didn't feel nervous because I knew exactly what to say.
That's the secret. When you have a clear structure in your mind, the words come out easily and naturally.
You know, I have a friend who is very quiet and shy. She never introduces herself to people because she's afraid. What advice would you give her?
That's a great question. You know, Ben, you don't have to be loud or super outgoing to give a good introduction.
Really? But I thought you need to be confident and talkative.
No, you can be quiet and still make a great impression. You can go to one person at a time and say softly, "Hello, I'm Sarah. I'm new here."
So you don't have to talk to the whole room at once.
Not at all. Small, quiet introductions are just as good as loud ones. It's about being friendly, not about being the loudest person.
That's so helpful. My friend will feel better knowing that.
Exactly. Everyone has their own style, and that's okay.
Lena, what if someone asks me a question during the introduction and I don't understand it?
Don't panic. You can say, "I'm sorry, can you repeat that?" Or, "What does that word mean?"
So it's okay to ask for help?
Absolutely. Most people are very kind and understanding. They know you're learning English, and they'll be happy to explain.
That makes me feel less nervous.
Good. Being brave enough to speak is what matters. People respect that.
You're right. It takes courage to speak a new language.
It really does, and I'm so proud of everyone listening to us right now. You're all doing an amazing job.
Me too. You're all brave learners.
Now, Ben, I think it's important to mention something about cultural differences too.
What do you mean?
In some cultures, people shake hands when they meet. In other cultures, people bow. In some places, people even kiss on the cheek.
Oh yes. So what should English learners do?
Just watch what other people do and follow them. If someone puts out their hand, shake it. If they bow, bow back. Don't worry too much about it.
So just be friendly and respectful, and people will understand.
Exactly. The most important thing is your smile and your kind attitude.
I agree. A smile is the same in every language.
That's so true. Okay, Ben, we've covered so much today. Should we practice one more time with a different situation?
Yes, let's try a business meeting situation.
Good idea. Okay, imagine we're at a professional meeting. I'll go first. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lena Chen. I'm the marketing manager at Tech Solutions. I'm responsible for our social media and online campaigns. I'm excited to work with you all on this project.
That was so professional. Okay, my turn. Good morning. My name is Ben Wilson. I work as a project coordinator at Digital World. I've been with the company for 3 years, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with your team.
Perfect. See how it's more formal? You use full names, job titles, and professional language.
Yes, it's very different from the coffee shop introduction.
Exactly. You adjust your introduction based on the situation.
This is so useful. I feel ready to introduce myself anywhere now.
That's wonderful. Now, one more thing before we finish. What if you forget someone's name right after they introduce themselves?
Oh no, that happens to me sometimes.
Don't worry, it's very common. You can politely say, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Could you tell me again?"
I didn't catch your name. That's a great phrase.
Yes, it's polite and natural. People won't be upset. They'll just repeat their name.
That's good to know. I always feel embarrassed when I forget.
Everyone forgets sometimes. It's better to ask than to spend the whole conversation not knowing their name.
You're absolutely right.
Okay then, before we finish, let's review all the main points we talked about today.
Great idea. Let's help everyone remember.
So everyone, today we learned how to introduce yourself in English. Let's review the key points step by step.
First, we talked about saying your name. Remember, you can use I am for casual situations and my name is for more formal situations.
That's right. And if you have a nickname, you can say, "My name is William, but please call me Will." This makes you sound friendly and approachable.
Next, we learned how to say where you're from. You can simply say, "I am from Canada," or give more details like, "I am from Canada, from a city called Vancouver."
And if you live somewhere different now, you can say, "I am from Canada, but I live in New York now." This tells a little story and makes the conversation more interesting.
Then we talked about what you do. You can say, I am a teacher, or I work as a teacher, or I am studying engineering at university.
And remember, if you don't have a job right now, that's okay. You can say, I am looking for a job in sales, or talk about what you're doing in your life.
The really important tip was to add something personal. Don't just talk about work. Add a hobby or something you love.
Yes, say things like, I love cooking Italian food, or I enjoy playing tennis on weekends. This makes you memorable and gives people something to connect with you about.
And we learned that after you introduce yourself, you must ask the other person about themselves. Say, how about you? Or, and you? Or, what's your name?
Exactly. A conversation is like a tennis game. You share, then you pass the ball to them by asking a question.
We also learned about greetings for different times of day. Good morning for the morning, good afternoon for the afternoon, and good evening for the evening.
But remember, good night is for saying goodbye when you're leaving or going to sleep, not for saying hello in the evening.
And we practiced how introductions are different in different situations. At a party, you're casual. At a business meeting, you're more formal.
The most important thing we learned is that you don't have to be loud or super confident. You can be quiet and still give a wonderful introduction.
Yes, it's about being friendly and kind, not about being the most talkative person.
And if you don't understand something, it's okay to say, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? Or what does that word mean? People are usually happy to help.
All of these tips together create a perfect introduction. Name, where you're from, what you do, something you love, and a question for them.
Exactly. With this simple structure, you can introduce yourself confidently anywhere.
Now, before we say goodbye, we have a question for everyone listening.
Yes, we want you to practice. In the comments below, can you introduce yourself to us?
Tell us your name, where you're from, what you do, and one thing you love. Write it in English.
Don't worry about making mistakes. Just try your best. We want to meet you.
We read every comment and we love getting to know our listeners.
Yes, introducing yourself in the comments is perfect practice.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. We hope you feel more confident about introducing yourself now.
Remember, the key to feeling confident is practice. Listen to this episode again tomorrow.
Each time you listen, the phrases will become more natural. Your brain needs repetition to learn.
And today, try introducing yourself to someone. Maybe practice in front of a mirror first.
Even practicing alone helps. Say it out loud. Hello, my name is, I am from, I work as, I love.
The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Soon, it will feel completely natural.
If you enjoyed this episode, please click the like button. It helps other learners find us.
And don't forget to subscribe to Daily Speaking English podcast. We create new episodes every week.
Click the bell icon so you get notified when we upload new lessons.
If you want to keep practicing real conversations with us, click right here for our full playlist on how to talk in English. It has everything you need to feel confident in your next conversation.
Share this episode with your friends who are learning English. They can learn how to introduce themselves too.
And remember, you're part of an amazing community. Our Daily Speaking English podcast channel has thousands of learners just like you.
Everyone in our community is learning together, practicing together, and supporting each other.
You can leave comments, ask questions, and share your progress. It's so motivating to be part of a learning community.
So join our channel, watch our videos regularly, and be an active member of our English learning family. We'd love to have you.
Thank you again for being here today. You're doing such a great job learning English.
Keep practicing your introduction. Use it today, tomorrow, and every day.
Remember, every time you introduce yourself in English, you're becoming more confident and fluent.
You're amazing, and we believe in you.
See you in the next episode, everyone.
Goodbye, and have a wonderful day.
Keep learning and keep smiling.